Ripple just made a major move that could have implications far beyond crypto. On August 18, 2026, Ripple announced that its non-bank prime brokerage, Ripple Prime, successfully closed a $275 million private placement of senior unsecured notes. But why did Ripple raise this money, and more importantly, why were institutional investors willing to back it? Let's break it down. Ripple just made a major move that could have implications far beyond crypto. On August 18, 2026, Ripple announced that its non-bank prime brokerage, Ripple Prime, successfully closed a $275 million private placement of senior unsecured notes. But why did Ripple raise this money, and more importantly, why were institutional investors willing to back it? Let's break it down.
Ripple Prime is a non-bank prime brokerage. So what does that actually mean? Prime brokerages provide institutional clients with services that can include clearing, financing, trading infrastructure, and access to multiple asset classes. Ripple says client demand is growing for modern multi-asset clearing, prime brokerage, and financing services. That means Ripple is trying to expand its role beyond digital assets and become part of the broader financial system, connecting traditional finance with blockchain-based markets. And that could be one of the most important parts of this announcement.
But there's another detail investors should pay attention to. The $275 million notes received an investment-grade BBB rating from KBRA, a global credit rating agency. KBRA had previously assigned Ripple Prime an investment-grade BBB issuer rating as well. Now, a BBB rating does not mean the investment is risk-free, but it does indicate that the rating agency considers Ripple Prime's credit quality to be within the investment-grade category. For a company operating at the intersection of traditional finance and digital assets, that's a significant signal. It suggests Ripple is increasingly trying to operate within the same institutional financial framework used by traditional financial companies.
So, what does this mean for Ripple? First, Ripple now has another source of capital to expand its U.S. business. Second, institutional participation shows continued interest in digital asset financial infrastructure. And third, Ripple Prime appears to be targeting a much larger opportunity than crypto trading alone: institutional clearing, financing, and multi-asset services. But raising $275 million doesn't guarantee success. The real question is what Ripple does with that capital. If Ripple Prime can successfully scale its institutional business, Ripple could become more than a crypto-focused company. It could become a major bridge between Wall Street and the digital asset economy. So what do you think? Could Ripple Prime become one of the world's largest non-bank prime brokers?